Gossip is entertainment until it becomes your reputation. Let's really dive into gossip. We live in a generation where gossip travels faster than truth. For the fact they say it and it starts trending here and there, it becomes, it looks like truth, but it's not the truth. It's never the truth, but it is flying everywhere. A lot of people are hearing it, but that's not actually the truth. And when these people pass, that kind of look, when these people, when they see the individuals involved, they look at the person a certain way, with a certain mindset. Meanwhile, that's never the truth. These things, gossip travels so fast. One screenshot, one rumor, one group chat, and suddenly, someone's name is ruined. Someone's name is being discussed by people who don't even know them personally, who know nothing about them, about the incident. They will own the conversation like they know it, like their front and back end. Nowadays, we see that gossip has become entertainment for some people, to the extent that people bond through negativity. For them to sit and discuss people quietly and comfortably, group chat, phone call, whatever, the bond, that's their bond, that's what unites them. Take away gossip from them. Now, nothing else to discuss. Nothing. It creates that bond between them through exposing others. That's what bond them, and through discussing people who aren't even in the room. And because it's normalized, many people don't even realize how destructive it really is. Gossip feels harmless when you're laughing about it. But harmful things often feels lighter in the moment. What starts as just conversation can slowly become culture. A culture of judgment, a culture of distrust, a culture where nobody feels safe because everyone fears becoming the next topic. Even when they are discussing themselves, they are afraid of being gossiped. They even know when they are going, they feel like, what are they talking about me? Because they know the kind of clique they are. They don't want to become the next topic. And eventually, people stop being authentic, their real self. They start performing, hiding, filtering themselves to fit in because they know one mistake can become public discussion. Because they know that one mistake from them can become a public discussion. But here's the deeper truth: people who constantly gossip about others often do it to avoid confronting themselves. It's easier to analyze someone else's flaws than face your own insecurities. And gossip does something dangerous to your spirit. It trains your mind to look for negativity. It teaches you to look at people's faults. It teaches your mouth to speak carelessly about people. It weakens trust. Because if someone talks about everyone else to you, they probably talks about you too to someone. And this is why maturity is important, because it is learning how to leave conversations that damage people. And wisdom is so vital because it is knowing that silence is sometimes more powerful than being part of the conversation. And character is reviewed by how you speak about people who are absent. Not every piece of information deserves repetition. Not every opinion deserves a platform. You do not have to contribute to every conversation, especially when the conversation destroys someone else. And let's be honest, some people's mental health has been damaged by public humiliation because of rumors. It has been damaged by online mockery. Because words carry weight, and once words leaves your mouth, you cannot fully control where they land because it becomes a ripple effect from one person to the other. So ask yourself, do my conversations heal people or harm them? Do I create safety or fear? Because eventually, gossip stops being entertainment and start becoming your reputation, because it becomes your brand. People knows you. Even when you think they love you or like you, they know who you are. It damages your brand. So for the next 30 days, my challenge for you in the next 30 days is to refuse to participate in gossip or backbiting. If a harmful conversation starts, redirect it, or you leave it, or even stay silent. Protect your character. Protect your character. Protect your character. Protect your character. I've said this severally. Thank you. Your lifestyle is teaching people how to live. Whether you realize it or not, people are watching you. Not just listening to what you say, or they are watching how you live. Your habits teach people, and that's why we create lifestyle content in here, because people want to see what you say and how you live it. They want to see how you live your habit, because your habits teach as well. Your attitude teaches, your lifestyle teaches. And this year, influence is bigger than being a celebrity. Every person with a platform influencing someone, even if it's one person. Friends influence themselves, friends influence friends, parents influence children, peers influence peers. And the question is, what are you teaching without words? Are you teaching burnout? Are you teaching negativity? Are you teaching carelessness? Or are you teaching discipline? Are you teaching peace? Are you teaching balance? Because influence is not just what you promote online, it's how you live privately. The way you handle stress teaches people something. The way you treat others teaches people something. The way you care for yourself teaches people something. This is to say that your life becomes an example whether you intend it or not. Your life becomes an example whether you intend it or not. So live intentionally, not for perfection, but for alignment. Because somebody is learning from the way you move through life. My challenge is, choose one lifestyle habit that positively influences people around you and practice it consistently this month. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything deserves a reaction. One of the greatest form of maturity is learning what deserves your energy, what deserves your reaction. Because not everything deserves a response. Not every comment deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves defense. Not every disagreement deserves a battle. Not every silent treatment deserves you noticing it. Pretend like you didn't see such attitudes. Pretend like you didn't see it. But then realign yourself. Realign, draw back and realign yourself, and life continues. Because not everything deserves your attention. This year, reaction culture is everywhere. People react instantly, people react emotionally and publicly, and social media rewards it. Outrage is spread very fast, drama spread very fast, conflict spreads very fast. But reacting to everything will drain your peace. And this is what we need: emotional intelligence in knowing the difference between what needs your attention and what simply wants your attention. The difference. what needs your attention and what wants your attention. Need and want. Need and want. Some people provoke reactions because chaos entertains them. Some situations are distractions disguised as importance. And every time you react impulsively, you give away emotional control. But you see, calmness is power. Being able to pause before speaking is powerful. Walking away is powerful. Protecting peace is powerful. Because you don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes silence says, my peace matters more than proving a point. And that kind of self control changes your life. So, my challenges this week: before reacting emotionally, pause for 10 seconds and ask yourself, would this matter in a month? Would this matter in a year? If not, protect your peace. Loneliness is growing in a loud world. The world has never been louder. It has never been louder due to notifications, content, voices, music, opinions. But yet, many people feel deeply alone. Loneliness doesn't always look like isolation. Loneliness doesn't always feel or look like isolation. Sometimes it looks like being surrounded by people who don't truly know you. It looks like conversations without connections. Have you ever had a conversation with someone you could see that there's no connection? It looks like attention without understanding. It looks like followers without support. The thing is, many people are seen, but they are not known. And that kind of loneliness hurts even more. It hurts deeply. Humans need reconnection, not just interaction, not just entertainment, not just connection. Humans need a place where they don't have to perform to belong. A place where honesty is safe. A place where vulnerability isn't punished. Please kindly pay attention to those words because they are deep. They are deep words that if I explain longer, this video can be too long. Humans need reconnection, not just for interaction, not just for entertainment. So the connection should be just for entertainment. That connection should be a place where they don't have to perform to be accepted. It should be a place where honesty is safe. Being vulnerable isn't punished. This is because reconnection requires courage. You have to open up, slow down, and be present. You cannot build deep relationships while constantly being distracted. And you cannot heal loneliness only through online attention. Some of the strongest people are secretly lonely because they think nobody would understand them. Some of the strongest people you know and successful people you know are the loneliest because they believe nobody will understand them. And not just that, would they take it out of context? Would that be behaviors in the future that you might not be proud of? Rather take themselves away from the drama. But the issue is that connection begins when honesty begins. The point is that we are not even meant to be lonely. You are not meant to carry life alone. Community matters, conversation matters, presence matters, and in a world addicted to speed, slowing down for people because of revolutionary, we all need to be connected. But it is so complicated. It is actually very complicated. In the midst of trying to build a community or to be connected, it's it's a very dicey one. Sometimes it's good to be lonely, but human being, are we actually meant to be lonely? My challenge is have one deep, underrated conversation with someone. No phones, no distractions, just a genuine connection. If you can't find that genuine connection, have a quiet time. Just have a quiet time. Have a deep reflection with yourself. Whatever that works for you. You're overstimulated, not lazy. Many people think they lack discipline. But what if the real problem is overstimulation? In 2026, your brain is constantly under attack. Short videos, notifications, fast content, and instant gratification. Your attention is being fragmented every single day. And eventually, your mind becomes so overstimulated that normal life starts feeling too slow. Reading feels difficult. Silence feels uncomfortable to you. Even focus feels impossible. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain has adapted to constant stimulation. The human mind was not designed to process endless input without rest. And overstimulation creates exhaustion. Not physical exhaustion, but mental exhaustion. That's why you can scroll for hours but struggle to focus on 20 minutes. Your brain is being trained to crave for novelty. And if you never interrupt that cycle, your focus will continue shrinking. This is because deep work requires deep attention, and deep relationships require presence. Deep peace requires stillness. You cannot build a meaningful life without a constantly distracted mind. You cannot build a meaningful life with a constantly distracted mind. And you see, this generation doesn't just need motivation. The generation needs mental reset. Protect your attention because attention shapes your future. What you repeatedly focus on becomes your reality. So my challenge is take a 3-hour dopamine detox this week. No scrolling, no short videos, no long videos, no unnecessary phone use. Let your mind slow down naturally.